What's going on, guys? It's the Trapper, and I have some major news for you guys. I finally purchased my first piece of real estate, guys. And I know what you're thinking. This isn't Sims. This isn't no virtual reality, freaking real estate. This is real estate that I acquired. And I'm going to explain to you guys the process and the financials behind and everything like that and how I actually did this. So yeah, guys, let's get into the video. But wait. Let me introduce myself in the next 45 seconds if this is your first time watching a video of mine. So I go by Ish the Trapper on Instagram. I come from Southern California and I spent the majority of my adolescent years playing sports and hanging out with friends. I gave birth to my YouTube channel and my rap career in 2017. I used to make videos like pranks, reactions, and little challenges around the town. And to be honest, I still do because I'm really passionate about that kind of content. And I also make really unique music that you can always check out. Link in the description. Anyways, guys, in 2019 I committed to entrepreneurship and scaled one of my businesses to 6 figures. It took me 1 year to do it, and it was one of the most hardest challenges I ever faced in my entire life, and I don't regret one bit of it. You can watch the full video if you're interested about my story. This video is also in the description, by the way, about how I did it and what it took to get me there. Anyways, now my days usually revolve around making a lot of money, driving nice cool Lambos, exotic cars for my Instagram story, and working really hard to hit the 7-figure mark this year. Okay, guys, I know what you're thinking. Ish, how did you do this? I don't even know myself. All I gotta say is I've been working so freaking hard and saving my money. It was either a McLaren or a freaking real estate property. And I picked a real estate property because a real estate property isn't gonna depreciate. It's gonna appreciate. We gotta think smart, boys. Anyways, guys, so I'm gonna break down to you guys the whole process of how I did everything, but it's insane, guys. So first and foremost, I said, screw American real estate, okay? Let me explain why American real estate is really hard. First of all, you have to pay property taxes. You have to pay this stuff. You have to pay that stuff. Brokerage fees, closing costs, all of this stuff that I've been seeing a lot of real estate investors complain about in America. I said, screw it. I am not trying to deal with this. I've heard, through the grapevine that there is places in overseas that you don't have to pay all of these costs that probably come out to if you're paying $100,000 property, you're probably paying $20,000 just in, costs to acquire that piece of land. So I said, screw this, bro. I don't want to do that. So I went overseas, and luckily, I am half Pakistani, so I do have some heritage and some people that live out there. So I said, screw it, bro. I'm out. So I jumped out of that area. United States, I'm in LA, so you can't even find anything below $500,000. So I went out of that area, flew out, and started, networking with some people to try to find a good deal on a property overseas. So luckily I had some, family that, kind of had an idea of how to get started. So, I wasn't starting from scratch, but it was still hard for me because I was the one pulling the strings at the end of the day. No one was vouching for me. So I had to, find real estate, try to find deals and stuff like that. So that's another question you guys probably have is, how did you get started? Like, you know no one, you have no experience, you have nothing in terms of like getting started with real estate. How would you just go overseas and just, not even know the language and just go freaking try to find it? That's the thing. I didn't. I just go out and I try to find things and make things happen. So first thing I did is pretty much I networked with a bunch of people in terms of brokers. I said, I'm a brand new person trying to look for some real estate in the area. If you have any good real estate projects, let me know. I'll be willing to purchase. The thing about this kind of real estate though is you're not paying all of the taxes and the costs and everything like that. But one thing that they don't have is a loan system. You can get a loan, but it's just really hard to purchase a property off a loan. That's why they don't really offer that here. They offer it for cars and just personal reasons and stuff like that. But to get a real estate loan, you have to, it's a very long, strenuous process, and I'm not doing that. So I paid it off cash when I bought my first real estate project. So first of all, I networked with a bunch of different brokers, and word gets around that you're trying to purchase a property. So people are gonna, hit you up out of nowhere. Hey, sir, I have this property. Are you willing to purchase? Hey, this. I'm getting calls left and right, and I didn't even freaking, know that like people take you seriously when you actually sit in the office. So that's awesome to to know that people are starting to take me seriously because I am younger. People sometimes it's a little barrier, but they saw that I'm like American guy and I have a business running, and they smell blood when they see it. So that's pretty much how all the people reached out to me. So after some time, guys, we finally found the deal that we were looking for, and I asked some of my family relatives that kind of knew the area, and I asked them, is this a good place to get started with real estate? And they said yes. So I said yes, let's go. So pretty much I trusted their judgment and pulled the trigger. The property itself, it's called a plot. It's first you buy land and you have to build the land or build on the land. So we're doing both right now. But the land itself cost about $70,000 US dollars that I had to pay cash. I had to drop the bag on them. So no loans, no investors, no nothing. I'm doing this myself out overseas, doing, all of it myself. I have no freaking person checking in for me or nothing like that. No manager, no assistant. I'm doing this myself. After I went ahead and acquired the piece of property, I was so excited, guys. I was literally, like almost tearing up because this is such a big step for me. Just a couple of years ago, guys, I was bagging groceries at a grocery store. So this is a really big step for me. I don't care if it's overseas, guys. It's very, very expensive. And just the fact that I paid it off in cash, a lot of these American investors, they spend like maybe 5, 10, 20% on the down payment and think that they, acquired the piece of real estate when they have 30 years of loans that they have to pay. I did it without no loan. I did it myself. So that's how it worked. After I acquired the piece of real estate, I had to pay the transfer fee. So pretty much to get it transferred under my name, I had to pay $5,000 roughly for that transfer fee. So yeah, that was a big purchase, but I had to pay it. A couple of other things like little, expenses here and there. I had to pay sewage, drainage, electrical, roads, security, all these kind of like little expenses, but like it wasn't as bad as America, so I was chilling. So pretty much after that, after all the expenses, and I finally acquired my first piece of real estate, that's when the fun begins. That's when I start talking to contractors and stuff, people like, that actually build the projects. I finally started to network with a bunch of different contractors and get the best quotes. So like, people were charging a lot of money because I was American. So thank God I had like some of my family and some of my like, people that I networked with, and they got me a really good deal because they had the insider information, and I'm just some American that doesn't even freaking know the language. So that was awesome. That was really, really cool. After the construction, so we finally locked in a deal. We're doing a 3-story construction, 2,178 square feet per level. So there's gonna be 3 levels, about 6,000 square feet and some change is what we're gonna be actually building. So I got the quote, it was not that bad. It was about $60,000 in terms of place built. There's 2 things that you should know, guys. It's called a gray structure and the actual finished product. The gray structure itself is gonna cost me $50,000-$60,000, but to put all the, marbles, roofs, electrical, furniture, all that stuff is the finished product. So we gotta, spend probably another $30,000 there. So, I'm in it a lot of money, but right now we went ahead and started the construction. So luckily they had a little, payment plan where we could, pay every month, like a certain amount. So right now I'm doing about $25,000 for 2 months. I made the first transfer, and then I'm making the second transfer, and everything after the $50,000 mark, we're gonna go ahead and pay for, extra costs, whatever they need. We'll go ahead and fund that. So that's really fun. I had to also negotiate with people that actually are selling the material, because we have the constructors, like the contractors, people that are actually gonna build the project, but we actually need the material itself, and that kind of is included. But like they have their own system and like their own suppliers on who they want to get the product from. So I had to pay for that as well. So, but that's kind of included into the $60,000, probably just a little bit more, maybe like 10-20% more. So I would say at the end of the day, probably $75,000 to actually build the construction, and probably another $30,000 to actually make the finished product. So it's a lot of money, but it's worth it at the end of the day, because you're getting a piece of real estate that you can rent out to people, sell, appreciate. It's just such a no-brainer opportunity, and I'm actually looking to purchase more and more real estate as the time goes by. This is only my first project. I'm looking to have 5 to 10 pieces of real estate that is in my name, no mortgage, no nothing like that, by the end of maybe my 25th birthday, hopefully. So yeah, that's gonna be insane, guys. But right now, the idea for this real estate project, or this idea for why I'm doing this in general, is because I want to expand my business. As you guys can see, I'm in my office currently, and this is my office that I'm currently running operations from. I want to shift out there, and I want to build a very, very big company. And if I need to build a tower, I'm gonna build a tower. So I'm gonna take the first 2 floors of that building and then rent out the bottom floor. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have, this office space is about like 900, I would say like about 1,000 square feet. Each of the floors is about 2,100 square feet each. So, that's 4,000 square feet that I'm gonna have now. And that's really, really great. So like I could, expand my business and grow it, really expand and scale it, to like the point where I have 50, 100 team members all working in a 4,000 square feet environment. So that's really, a big step for me. And I'm not willing to, I'm not scared to invest into my business. I believe in myself. I believe in what I'm doing. And I think that it can actually happen we're scaling and we're making so much money. We're hitting record months every month. So, you know, I'm really proud of my team, and we want to, you know, scale to that next level. So this is the next step. So yeah, guys, this is the insider information. Like, not a lot of people will explain this or share this kind of information. I am so freaking terrified. Like, I came out to overseas, try to buy some real estate, and, you know, I said, you know, I'm really going to do this. You know, a lot of people are scared nowadays to, like, you know, actually go out there and do it. But, like, you know, not me. I'm out here. I'm out there. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to really, you know, get this property up and running. So guys, if you want to see the property in person, I will personally go to the property, to the location, and go vlog it for you guys. But please like this video and comment on it so you guys know that, you know, I don't take a freaking trip out there for no reason. So if you guys want me to go out there and check out the property, please let me know, because that'll be so much fun. I think you guys will love it. You guys can see the insider, like, you know, actual building, the construction itself, and I'll give you guys updates throughout the time. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know, guys. That'll be so much fun. But I think this is where we're going to end off the video. One thing I do want to mention is how much the price is right now and how much I paid for it in total. So I paid for the land itself $70,000, about, let's just say $80,000. Right now, in this day, it's about 3-4 months after, like, all, like, you know, I made the, you know, purchase. It's at $130,000 cash if I sell it right now, because, like I said, there's no mortgages, there's no loans. You could pay for, you know, your product. So pretty much what you're doing is you're giving me $130,000 cash for that land. So that's insane, guys. Like, I already freaking made $40,000 on the freaking property. So now it's just, you know, everything else is just the upside at that point. Hopefully, I was talking to some investors and to some people that are in the community as well. They actually all congratulated me and told me, wow, that's a really big step. You know, the word got out that there's a little kid that freaking bought some property. I'm like, what the frick? How does this kid doing it? So they wanted to meet me, and they kind of, like, got the idea of what I'm doing. They didn't understand it, obviously. They're real estate investors, 60-year-old real estate investors. But, you know, I'm over here doing this, and they didn't understand it, but they respected it. So that was really awesome that I earned people's respect, you know. So pretty much they told me by the end of, you know, five years, you're looking at like $1 million in evaluation. I know that might seem strange, but let me explain to how overseas property works. It's not like America where there's a bunch of regulations and everything like that. You can build a lot of buildings very, very fast out here, and property value appreciates and bounces up really, really quickly, especially when there's contractors in place and stuff like that. That a bunch of people are already getting sold little, like, real estate plots where they could build things on. Property does appreciate really, really high. And, you know, once we have our three-story building, you know, I'm gonna make it look really, really nice, to the point where, like, you know, ours is gonna be the most expensive one in the area. So $1 million is actually a, you know, fair estimate on how much I think it's gonna be, you know, valued in a couple of years, because the real estate place that I'm getting into is literally booming. You know, they have some crazy projects that they're working on, and they're doing some really cool things in society. So, you know, we're just joining the fun. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching the video. It's been so fun to explain this project to you. I hope you guys like it. If you guys want me to go check it out myself, that'll be dope, guys. Make sure you guys like and comment and share this video. And please subscribe, guys. And we're going to be pumping out so much content. So if you guys are ready to get started, let's get it.